Ms. Wicket. You might bring me a cup of tea before prep, will you?
Yes, of course, Mr. Chipping.
You are a young man, Mr. Chipping, and Brookfield is an old foundation. Youth and age often combine well. Give your enthusiasm to Brookfield, and Brookfield will give you something in return. And don't let anyone play tricks with you.
Oh yes, headmaster.
Take up a firm attitude from the beginning, that's the secret of it.
Yes, of course, sir. Students, I am Mr. Chipping and I will teach you Latin and Greek. You there in the 5th row, you with the red hair. What's your name?
Collie, sir.
You dropped the desk lid, very well, Collie, you have 100 lines to learn.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh my god, hey lady. Don't move, I am coming.
Oh, gentlemen. Are you hurt? I mean your ankle? Are you?
Oh. No, not very much.
Oh no. I was just calling my friends on the mountain.
And I thought you were in trouble.
Oh, by the way, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Mr. Chipping.
And I am Catherine Bridges.
Well, nice name.
Thanks. I think you cannot walk. Okay, give your hand, we will help you to reach your residence. Well, what do you do, Mr. Chipping?
I am just a schoolmaster.
Oh, Chips. I'm so glad you are what you are. I was afraid you were a solicitor or a stockbroker or a dentist or a man with a big cotton business in Manchester. When I first met you, I mean, schoolmastering's so different, so important, don't you think?
I hadn't thought of it like that, or, at least, not often. I will do my best, that does all anyone can do in any job.
Yes, of course. Chipping. I want to live with you in my whole life, if you don't mind.
But Catherine, I have only a mediocre degree, difficulties of discipline, so I will never get a promotion, and I am complete ineligible to marry a young and ambitious girl.
Shall I call you sir, or would Mr. Chips be the right thing?
I would like you to call me only Chips.
Then goodbye, Mr. Chips. Dear Chips, you are a new Chips now. Your discipline is very improved and your lectures are very interesting now.
No doubt, Catherine. It's all due to your love.
Chips, you know what I want. A team from the mission should come up to Brookfield and play one of the school's 11s at soccer.
The idea is so revolutionary that from anyone but Catherine no one will agree to introduce a group of slum boys to the serene pleasances of better class youngsters.
Chips, they're wrong, you know, and I'm right. I'm looking ahead to the future, and you are looking back to the past. England isn't always going to be divided into officers and other ranks. And those popular boys are just as important to England as Brookfield is.
Oh dear, Catherine, it's a wonderful idea. I will definitely discuss this to the principal.
Sir, there are letters for you.
I am Ralston and I am your new headmaster. You have to follow my rules.
Chips, your method of teaching is slack and old-fashioned. Your personal habits are slovenly and you ignore my instructions. I noticed. Your pronunciation is outdated. Chips, you should retire now.
No, headmaster. I do not want to retire, and I don't need to consider it.
Chips, old boy, I hear you've been having the deuce of a row with Ralston. Sorry to hear about it, for your sake, but I want you to know that the governors are with you to a man. We don't like the fellow a great deal. Very clever and all that, but a bit too clever, if you ask me. Claims to have doubled the school's endowment funds by some monkeying on the stock exchange. Dare say he has. But a chap like that wants watching. So if he starts chucking his weight about with you, tell him very politely he can go to the devil. The governors don't want you to resign. Brookfield wouldn't be the same without you, and they know it. We all know it. You can stay here till you're 100 if you feel like it. Indeed, it's our hope that you will.
Remember lots of changes at Brookfield. I remember the first bicycle. I remember when there was no gas or electric light and we used to have a member of the domestic staff called a lamp boy. He did nothing else but clean and trim and light lamps throughout the school. I remember when there was a hard frost that lasted for 7 weeks in the winter term. There were no games, and the whole school learned to skate on the fens. 1880 something, that was. I remember when 2/3 of the school went down with German measles and Big Hall was turned into a hospital ward. I remember the great bonfire we had on Mafeking night. It was lit too near the pavilion and we had to send for the fire brigade to put it out. And the firemen were having their own celebrations and most of them were in a regrettable condition.
Mrs. Wickett, my dear fellow Chips is fitter than I am. He has no horrible disease. But look after him, you know. His chest, it puts a strain on his heart. Nothing really wrong with him, only Anno Domini, but that's the most fatal complaint of all, in the end.
Does Mr. Chips live here?
You'd better come inside. I am the person you want. Now what can I do for you?
I was told you wanted me, sir.
Quite right, my boy. I wanted you to take tea with me. Will you sit down by the fire? I don't think I have seen your face before. How is that?
I've only just come out of the sanatorium, sir. I've been there since the beginning of term with measles.
Ah, that accounts for it. You're growing up into a very cross sort of world, Linford. Maybe it will have got over some of its crossness by the time you are ready for it. Let's hope so at any rate. Well, I'm sorry, you can't stay. Goodbye, my boy.
Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
He was too tired. After a short while he fainted.
Poor old chap, must have lived a lonely sort of life, all by himself. Pity. Pity he never had any children.
What was that you were saying about me just now?
Nothing, Chips.
I thought I heard you, one of you saying it was a pity I never had any children? But I have.